Oh wait, the game audio isn't audioing. Let me work on that. That's not good. Let's just... Hey, Green Cola. Technical difficulties. Also, it's not even... I don't have to use the mister, but I already had it plugged in. Wait. Hold on, that might be fucked up too. Let's... I was doing some weird sound stuff. And long story short, I might have fucked up everything that was a microphone on my computer. Properties. Alright, I'm gonna... Test 1, 2. I love Zelda. Now... Okay. Yeah, okay. Problem solved, I guess. Except for the fact that nobody can see it now. It's really good. I fixed the audio, but I ruined the video. Deactivate, reactivate. Test 1, 2, ///. Okay. It should be fine. It looks like the audio is synced. Okay, that's probably fine by me. Why am I here? Hey Willie, I'm just fucking around a tiny bit to make sure my settings are all good before I commit to doing the thing. What happened was I plugged a cable into my computer and it turned everything that was a microphone down to 17% volume in Windows sound settings. I was so slow. I'll get started in a few seconds. We left off. The last thing I did was Mothula. So hopefully we can pound out the rest of it today. Ugh. Alright, that's probably good enough, I think. Hopefully all of the sound stuff is fine and good. Let me do this. A wonderful Sunday. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's get to... Okay. Mute that. Yeah. So I haven't done this for about a month. I did part 1 a while ago, and life kind of fucked me up, so... Anyway, I feel bad for waiting this long, but let's watch the moth again real quick. I think we missed the double poke, and that was like the big thing. I think yeah, we were too far left there. I went over this before, so I'm not gonna do it again. But just eventually, if you're going for like a 124, missing the double poke it starts to become unacceptable. Let me close Steam. I don't want that shit on. It's gross. Control panel, that can go. That was a huge party fight, yeah. Yeah, I think you lost a good chunk of time here, if I remember. Let's see. It was a good crystal catch, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we lost a million years here. It feels really good. I wasn't paying attention. So I went over this before, I'm pretty sure, but you can, you're mashing the start button, and you can buffer the start press when the waves are almost done. It's the I definitely have the title wrong, so I didn't press the button to confirm it. Thank you. HMG's dead. I lost. I'm out. But yeah, you can buffer the start press out of the mirror. I want to see how many frames you lost for fun. You lost 2 frames by not buffering it. I think that's fine. That's a fine thing to do for the flutes. I want to see your flute menu. You can do multiple directions to go to 4 if you want to. Like I do right down right to get there, but it's whatever. It's not worth the risk if you're not comfortable with it. So something to note, when I see these 2 rupees like this, that usually means the next thing in the bush prize packs are like, it's a bee and then the skull that's in the grass. So, we didn't dash turn here. Whoops. We didn't dash turn. And also, I like to nudge this tree by at least a pixel just for the way up, but I want to see what you do. Yeah, alright. That's why I said all those things. I'll show you what I do there. But I want to see the screen first. Alright, we didn't get the bee or the rock. Let's go to the game feed. Hello. I'll do moth once just so we can see it. See if I remember how to do it. Oh, wait, I wanna look at the normal time in this room too. Oh, the conveyor. That's quite bad luck. I didn't deal with this right after getting bad luck. Right, anyway, so you can buffer the start press when the waves are almost done. Oh, you don't have the input display. You can go really fast on this menu if you use multiple directions. But from here, I do right down right really fast. So I'm gonna flute again to show it in real time. Oh, come get me, baby. And there's also if you're, I think I went over this before. If you're holding a button, it'll auto take you. There's like a certain time threshold, and then the button will activate. So during the flute, you could be holding a face button the whole time, and you can still get there. But it's scary. I don't recommend it, it's just knowledge. Use the flute. So I try to stay... I'll just show you what I do. Alright, I missed a quick warp. Let's do it again. I cancel my dash by exactly 1 frame. And I'll go into some detail. I really want to make sure I'm on the grid here. And I use my menu here. What I'm looking for is Link's ass. Let me do something. I draw on this. Yeah, I'm looking at this little crevice. If this is where I stop, you always scared the red guy. Yeah, so that's why I stay on the grid. I touch the trees. And I'm looking to pause right here. From here, you can dash up and be safe. So I paused the frame early, so you can just adjust a little bit. I'm not sure if... Let's see. I want to see if this gets into the door. Yeah, okay. Anyway. I try to pause right here. You don't have to do this. That was too far. If you go past this thing, you have to go back to the right a little bit, or you'll probably get fucked. Yeah, the tree crack. And one other thing that I do is... I cancel the oh, wait, what? Oh god, my information's shitty. I use my right hand to hit left on the D-pad. And try to get a 2 or 3 frame press. And it's kind of hard, but I don't know. I think even if you don't... Why is that hitting me? My advice is bad. Oh god. I'm sorry. Let me fix this. I've given you a bad visual cue. So I thought that was good. If you try this and it doesn't work, you can yell at me. But I thought this was good. Either way, if my advice sucks, you probably still want to practice this screen. So, oh, I still have a big red mark. Anyway, something that, so you knew to do this, but if you don't move down on the screen, like you're cutting the top grass and you're dashing through the bottom, so you go slower. So you got to move down at least 1 pixel. Yeah, 1 pixel's enough. Let's see. Go back to the video. Huge. Okay. Wait. No. This one. I think you did fine here. You might have cut this dash a little bit too early. I'm not sure what this guy will do if you cut it that early, but if you don't have any problems, don't worry about it. Something I like to hold up and dash turn here instead of holding right, because it has an effect on this slope dash. So let's see what else. And we weren't typically when you're, I would be holding up here. And that way, when you cut your dash, you don't spend time facing into the wall, which you only You didn't even lose any time, but it was really weird to like lift your thumb and slam it back down on the D-pad. Look at this too. Just when I forgot about her. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what we're talking about. So if you get a first frame A press here, you'll lift up the sign. So try not to do that. Be careful. And what I mean by dash turn is like I would hold up and dash turn like that. And during this dash up, I'd also be holding up so you can cut your dash more easily. Also, I will show... I don't do this strat. You can chuck the rock really early. I'm going to try to do it. I don't know how early it is. You can do it during the transition. Oops. Alright, that was too early. Let's see. So yeah, so like when the transition's almost done, you can just huff the rock to make sure you get it first frame. That's pretty good. I wasn't cutting it that close, so I learned something. But I'll show you what I do on the screen. I walk up to this with a diagonal. Like, I try not to scrape my face against this because it's slow. And I'll do this. I don't necessarily recommend it or not recommend it. The upside is that the moblins fuck you a lot less. And the downside is you have a risk of bonking here. But like, just don't bonk. I'm looking at this bump to do my dash up. Now I do the same thing as you on this screen. Something to note, if you look at Link, depending on the slope dash you get on this screen, you can be one more pixel high, or you can be flush with the bottom. If you're flush with the bottom, this guy does a gigantic hop. I think there's a chance he can hit you. It happened in my first 123. I was just walking and he just hit me. That felt pretty close, but I don't know. Now, I do the same thing as you here. The only thing I would recommend is you cut your dash here really early and you did some weird movement to the boulder. You want to start diagonaling as you get close to it, just to prevent yourself. Like, you don't want to hold into the rock for too long. But if you do something like a pot slide on it, you're still moving towards your destination of over here. I'm not sure about the slope dash. That was a good one. And something I do here is, I touch this wall before dashing. I don't know if it's good or not. Probably not. And it might be trash. Alright, disregard that. So I see the same thing here. Whoops. Where you're on this dash down, I would be holding down the whole way to make cutting the dash easier. And you're just raw dogging, slamming the diagonal. You did... Once you're holding the diagonal, you don't have to release it until you lift up the rock like it is an anti-pump and you ended up nudging this thing, which doesn't matter, but... And for this screen, I want to see what you do. I hold up left here, and I try to move 1 pixel left before dashing, and it gives you a better slope dash. That was a good one. So, no problem there. Let's go back over that. Once I can find OBS. So yeah. So for the dash down, hold forward. I hold forward on any dash that has a risk of bonking. Unless there's a reason not to. Oops, I got scared. Hey Buddha, hey Daddy. And I'll show you what I mean on the screen. So I'm holding up left the entire time. And I'm trying to hit the dash on this frame. Gives you a good slope dash. And if you want to look for the quick fish stuff, I'm looking at these little bubbles. And I don't have it... Using the Helposaur commands is probably better than what I'm going to tell you if you want to learn how to do it. But I can show it a few times. I don't have a good verbal explanation for how to do it. It's not as hard as it looks, but I understand not wanting to go for it because, here, I'll time it, and we'll see what it actually saves. Yeah, it's a pretty big window, but it's not something, like, if you ever miss it, it's not worth going for. So let's just see what the text is here. $15.04. Let me time it again. That was kind of slow, so let's see what that was. Yeah, alright, we'll go with the 15.04 compared to something like this. I don't even think this is slower. Yeah, it's like the same shit, basically. Let's try not quick fish. So it's like, you know, 20 or 30 frames. Bye. Anyway, I don't, if somebody said they didn't want to do it, I wouldn't blame them. Alright, let's back to the footage, baby. Did I make it visible? Thank God. I want to see what you can. Yeah, you can use more buttons to cancel this text. You can use up, L, R, and A to all cancel it. Like, you don't have to. Getting a first frame mirror isn't faster because you have all of. Oops. You have all of this upward space to work with. Like, it doesn't really matter where you dash here as long as you're not in the water. Or as long as you don't, like, dunk. Right? So I kind of wish I had a save state back here. Let's backtrack, maybe. So I would do like up, L, R, Y to cancel this. And try to be fluid with it. I want to see what you do here, I guess. It is a little bit faster to cancel that dash. So your sword isn't out. Alright, we missed our dash. What happened there? Oh yeah, we pressed A like a frame too early. I didn't look to see whether you tried to cancel it or not. Oh, we did it the same frame that we hit the transition. That's another one where I bring over my right hand to just try and tap the D-pad. Let me get back to this. So I'm holding forward with my left thumb. And I bring my right hand over to just tap it. Canceling the dash, it barely matters, but it's just so your sword isn't out during the mosaic transition. And the way that this thing works is you'll be ejected in the same spot that you enter. So if I go way over here, and then I come back out, you see how I'm ejected way against the wall? Whereas if I go right here, you come back in the same spot. So I bring my right hand over and try to get a quick tap. And if it doesn't work, I don't worry about it. I probably don't have much help for this screen. No, I guess the longer answer is the sword out causes lag frames during the mosaic transition for fun. Yeah, you could clean this up a bit, but there's like a certain threshold where it's not worth the work because it is quite difficult. Let's look at the rest. I'll talk about it a little bit, but I'm not actually very good at the screen, so I don't want to waste anybody's time. My best advice is just to practice it. That was a good dash. So I've been saying that you hold forward. You should hold forward if there's like a risk, but you don't want to do it here. I can explain why after. I see this a lot. You could be dashing from way over here, spending a lot of time walking. Okay, you got a good cancel there. Let's look at that. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't like to do that left dash. I don't think it's very good. So what I would recommend is from... Oh, Jesus Christ. Does this work? That one's a fish. From this point on, I would practice where you want to stop and get, like, you don't have to do any diagonal walking really to get around these water things from that point. Whoops. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, the screen's very difficult. It's like right here. You see how I cardinaled pretty well? You do have to diagonal a little bit. But I went straight down to the next dash point. But, like, I don't really do the things that I'm telling you. I'm just trying to make the point that there's a lot of extra dashing space that you can get here. So the reason, if you don't hold forward once you have the flippers, your dashes won't make you go into the water. Whereas before, if you don't have the flippers, you'll splash. So you don't want to hold forward on this one. So there's a... You can reduce your walking in there a lot. And I don't want the help anymore because it's hard. Okay, we do this thing, that's good. I don't think I have anything to say about this other than... Just be careful that you don't always go to the left when the path down here is clear, because it'll make your life harder. But this was a good time to do it. I'd probably be holding upright here. Oh, I guess we did change, okay. That's kind of weird. You don't need to... You should still be facing up at this point, unless you, like, severely mess up. Like, you toss the rock. You probably could have even hit it there with an upright. It's just a little bit of wasted walking. You can hit it from the bottom, too. That's the best thing to do. But it's, like, it's hard to do and identify. But, like, I'm still facing up. I don't waste time walking cardinal right, usually, unless I mess up. Ah. Anyway. Let's watch a few screens. Alright, that's good. Almost perfect. Oh, you can You can do quite a bit of work here, but it's another one of those things where I don't think it's really worth grinding. But I would wait until you get on the ice for the first slash. So you get some sliding momentum. And I'll show that a little bit. That's worth... If you're really cool, you can just glide in here. I wouldn't recommend it. So you can also get some upward movement before the key, but that's pretty difficult too. I don't necessarily recommend this. I just want to show the difference. And then that shit happens. I feel rusty. Whatever. I stink. You have to be careful. If you use the fire rod shot in the overworld, you can't afford to use one there. You are rusty. Shut up. Be nice to me. Alright, that's good. The only thing, if I were being super hypercritical, I would say that you overshot the door by a pixel, which might have lost you a frame. It's usually better to undershoot in that scenario. Huge dash turn. I'm not very good at this room either. I don't really have any device that looked fine. Alright, I do like the menu in a way. Let's look at that again. This is, I feel like this is scary. You don't want to... You got a couple frames of cardinaling directly into the slope, which you don't really want to do. But this is good. So this is the part that I'm concerned with. I would slash it facing left. And what that does is it gives a better chance of the beam being the thing that hits the jelly instead of the sword if he decides to shock. And if you're going to slash like that, you could have laid the bomb before the slash. This is a pretty tough room to avoid disasters in. Fucking this room up can just make you lose like 5 seconds in the dungeon. So I'm gonna go over that a little. Oh, I forgot to do it. I like the menu here, but it doesn't really matter. Two things I'm doing is I'm looking at the top right guy to see what he does. If he shocks early, I think that's good. Like if he shocks when you enter the room, it's more safe to slash him. Bye. Uh-oh. Maybe I should demonstrate it correctly. Ugh. I shouldn't have done that. It's really... It's a hard room to know your limits in and not get greedy and have things like that happen. It's way better to just lose your 1 second and not fuck up the room. I want to get a good room time once. I want to show the potential of how good it can be. Oh, just let me win. You can deboost into the hole, and it saves like 20 more frames. Something like that. You don't want to take the secondary hit, because you won't get your beams. But yeah, anyway, I'm not capable of showing the good RNG, so I would err on the side of being cautious. I don't think what you did in your run was cautious, and it was just, it worked out. That was pretty okay. Like, this slash here was pretty scary. And I would have slashed earlier and from here. But otherwise, it was fine. It's just a little critical. Something that can happen here is if you get a first frame A press, you won't lift the pot. So be careful of that. And you get a third frame, which is good. For those that don't know, the visual cue to be able to throw the pot up is when the Stalfos is like covering the pot spot. That was a good throw. That was good. Something you can do is, contrary to what you would do normally, you can from here you can diagonal the whole way into this door. It's the conveyors pushing you away, and you'll snap right into it. I want to show that. That's not very common knowledge. It's just it's weird conveyor stuff. Ugh. I want the conveyor to fight me. You see how when I unlocked the door, Link snapped over like 16 pixels or something? That'll usually work if the conveyor's fighting you. Ugh, I wanted to do it again. It doesn't always work. I think it has to do with your subpixel in conjunction with the conveyor moves you at half a pixel per frame. So it might be a thing that works like 50% or 75% of the time based on your move pattern. Uh-oh. But it's still, I think it's worth going for. See, it didn't work there either. But it did that time. Bye. Let's go back to the PB. Alright, that's good. Oh, that was, wait. Oh, did we just miss menu entirely? Oh, you got the left input like a frame early. You tried to go really fast and just didn't move. Okay, that's fine. Just a mistake. Something I do, which I might have said before, is when the menu's coming down, I'm looking at like the bottom corner to be down here, and that's my visual cue for when I have control of the menu. See, I went too fast there. Anyway, you can find little cues to make sure that you have control of the menu before you press the buttons. Pressing two buttons at the same time is impossible. Alright. I'm not going to comment on that because I think that was just we messed up some. Yeah, like, I agree with Eddie. The menus are... you can't see my inputs in here, but like if I press left, no other directions will work, no diagonals will work until I fully release. It's very weird how rigid the menuing is in this. And it's better to be careful than... You want to make sure you're not accidentally hitting a diagonal and that you've released the previous direction before you... Like, don't mess up. Messing up's way worse than being slow. And that's kind of true for most things in this game. And it's especially for Eddie to say that, where he goes hard on almost every strat. For him to say that it's better to be safe is like, that's saying a lot. Oh, okay, that looked like it was on purpose. That was pretty slow though. I want to watch it again. I'll show you what I do. My visual cues to change directions are... I can't draw on that. Hold on. This. So like I hold left until here, until I'm fully covering this. I hold down left until I'm fully covering this. And then I hold down and release. I'll try to show that a few times. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was relatively safe, but I think it was quite slow, is all. If you don't want to change it, don't worry about it. So left until here, down left, release and hold down. It's a little weird where I was select buffering it. You can get a sub 8 in this room, but it's some bullshit. If you want to save a little bit of time, this is a room you can work on, but if you're, like, there's no problem doing comfy strats. I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't recommend somebody switch to something that's unsafe for them. But this one in particular felt quite slow because you overshot the door by a tile and a half. You know, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're nudging by 13 frames just dashing to the door. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my god. I'll show you what I do there real quick, but I don't think I'm really an expert at that room. I do the WQ thing. I do 3 slashes, two holding down left and 1 holding left. And I need to be able to draw here. This line is roughly where I release my spin, but I hold down left before I do it. That wasn't good because... Oh, it was good. Okay. There's also the other method. I think Airy does this. I hate it. It's a little bit slower because you still have to wait out the spin on this side. It seems like it's consistent. Maybe I should give it another try. One of the problems you can have here is if you get a first frame slash, you'll still be facing downward. I'm gonna try to do it. Yeah, like that. And then it's a disaster. Oops. It's like, I guess that's fine, right? Ugh. I just want to get... I want to get it once and time something. Is that good? Yeah, okay. Through my shitty testing there, I want to say that the hammer thing loses like 10 frames total. I'm not very good at either strat. Oh no, I lied. Okay. Let's see. 9. Well, it's losing like whatever, 5 to 10. That might be something that I convert to be honest. I used to not like it, but it seems like it's pretty consistent. It makes it a lot easier to not flub up. Oh, sometimes I'm too slow. Anyway, that's good. I'm glad I learned that. So I think you could upgrade what you did here. Let's go back. This is quite scary to me, and if you, that's like the rando way to do it. And you didn't save any time because you went on the left side. You can, you can start facing down here and not lose any time. It'll save you at least a frame on the next screen. I'll show that in a second. Because right here, if you get a first frame hammer, you're facing right, and you'll hammer to the right. So it's better to be facing down. I'm gonna go over this a little bit because I recently learned some stuff about it. Whoops. I guess getting stuck on the stairs like that isn't that slow because you have to wait out the spin anyway. So for this, I'm holding right with my right hand. Let me just point the camera. I find it easier to swap directions like this. And like you're not doing anything else on the screen. And something I like to do here is like, I'm holding down, but I'll do like a quick down right into the hammer. I find it's easier overall. And the pot lift is a little faster. So I think the down right thing's pretty good. And you can wait until you have control, like you don't have to try to raw dog holding the diagonal or anything. Alright, that's fine. Something that I would suggest, even though I do this exactly the same as you, I would wait until your menu, I'd wait for your menu until after you lift the rock, because it'll be easier to judge when you're able to throw the rock. Because if you don't menu during it, it'll take the same amount of time to lift it every time. But that's like a tiny micro thing for consistency. Alright, I think that was fine. It was what happened here? It seemed like it was a little sketchy. So what I do is I wait until I hear the icicle drop noise and I see the shadow to hold down. It looks like you anticipated. Well, you only went a frame early. Never mind. I don't have much input on this. I'm kind of glad you did it pretty okay. So I don't have to help. Can you switch scenes? I could probably do that. Yeah. You don't want to watch me just fucking look at my monitor. Hey, it's the first time I forgot. That's pretty good for me. Hey, Wase, thank you for the raid. I don't really have much input other than the things I said. Hey, Lockerman. Yeah, I did half of this like a month ago, and then I had some real life stuff come up, and I kind of fucked off on it. I was busy and bad things happened. Oh my god, good luck and all that. How did your runs go? I was watching the first run where you messed up Armos or whatever. Uh-oh, I'm bad. Alright, that looked pretty similar to yours. I would say my recommendation for anybody would be to not go for 123. So we saved some of our time back. That was pretty okay. If you were to go for 124, I think your gold needs to drop down to like the 615 range. And you probably want to get consistent sub 620s. One final PB, yeah. I think it's good to have a stopping point. Like, just be happy with your run and don't go crazy and waste all your life grinding energy. It depends, Lockerman. Yes, but people like Airy and Eddie can probably just, like, 123 any run that's not a disaster if they're not rusty. And then people like Owase and me, we can probably 123 a good run that has 3 blue balls. Some amount of the time, I would say. Am I on the right screen? Well, it depends on the person. Like, no, technically, you know, Aries 122 has 3 blue balls. Eddie's PB has 2 blue balls. Like, they could technically get a 123 with like 8 or 9 blue balls, but that would be equivalent to their PB, which is not a reasonable thing to expect every run. Oh, we didn't menu to the mirror. Okay, that's fine. I can show you this, I think. Yeah, I'll show you this. I'm gonna watch your Death Mountain first. Okay, I'll show you something. So I'll show you how I get the bird dash. I menu to the flute. I call the flute before I move. And then I will walk to... I'll walk until I'm touching this grass, and then dash turn right. The dark green shit over here. Is the bird dash worth it? I think this one's much freer than people think, and probably yes. I'll time it for you. Wait. Shit. I mean, save state sucks. If I just stand here. 918. If I walk into it. 906. Not walking into it saves 12 frames. The dash is saving like 20. I think if you practice it, you'll be able to do it pretty well. There's something to do with nudging on this rock when the bird's coming on screen that seems to make the bird dash consistent. And like this one's... It took me a long time to realize that that one's free and easy. So I stand still. I don't move until I use the flute. And that seems to make things consistent for me. So I think it's worth it. Ugh, get in the thing. So I'm going to show you a couple things here. If you're just doing the normal quick warp setup, you just try to hit this centered, and you usually have a menu available to hit it. But there's a thing called the CAS node quick warp where you touch this upper thing, and then you like cardinal your face into this slope. And then you can go into the warp like that, and you'll get a quick warp. My save state isn't very good. So that didn't work because where this where the preset puts you isn't right. Maybe it was right. Anyway, let's pretend it. Doing stuff from the presets is cringe. Oh, that happens. I wasn't looking. Gonna make a save state here. Just try to compare. So 2326, 2330. We'll just call it 2327. Doing the CAS node method, I lost 6 frames to my best. So touch this, ream your face into this slope as you go by, and then something like that. I think this is much easier. You don't even have to menu for the turn, but it's a little helpful. Because if you get something like... If you get like a diagonal input in between, you're switching the D-pad, you don't get the quick warp. Not to injure. I'm not sure what you mean. The height doesn't matter too much. As long as you don't miss the warp. Like you can be up there. So like 1, you can do it here, 2, 3, I think it's 3. The quick warp just triggers, it's camera based. And when you're moving, the reason that this setup works, it's a combination of camera positioning and diagonal move speed with spin speed. Which I don't care to explain any more than that. Long story short, it just works. As long as you just hit the... Whoops. This is a good strat. The only things that matter are touching this and cardinaling your face into the slope is important. I think there should be a command for it. I think Josh did the science on it. Lord knows what the fuck it's called, though. Yeah, there it is. Ether Quick Warp. And from here, you can neutral dash. And you have like a 50% chance to be on the Quick Warp. I love when the game flashes. Let's go back to the footage. I didn't watch everything that I should have. Also, A concision. I don't know if I said hi because I'm bad. I don't think that was a quick warp. Yeah, I would say you probably, if you want to spend a little bit of time on this little thing that I just went over, you can probably save it like half a second on average, maybe a second total if you're consistently getting the second quick warp. And I think you're not a fan of North Quick Hop, so I won't suggest that. Do we get this free quick warp or flute? Oh, you got to go for this one. This one's absolutely free. So for this flute dash, I'd stand still and I'd menu to the flute. I just move down here during the flute, and when I hear the second part of the doo 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 doo, that's when I dash. So 1, 2. And the reason that this works is it works. Now, we'll compare times. Wait, so standing still, this will be our time. Oh, you didn't call it, great. $100 even. Yeah, that one saves 20 frames too. It's like super free and easy. I'd recommend. In the practice hack. Oh wait, this one. It's called Free Flute Dash. That's how free it is. Okay, I'm not sure if you're aware. You did it right. If you're underneath these statues, like if you're touching the top of the statue, there's no grass there and you walk a little faster. It looks like you're not aware because you're in the grass here and you move down. Like from the warp position, you can typically hold diagonal. You don't need to get this walking through the grass stuff. Woo! Okay, let's see. That was good. I forget what I do. I want to go there and look at it, because I might have something that's helpful. Oh yeah, I menu here on the stairs. And I'm looking at... I don't know if you have cues for the quick warps. But I'm looking over here at this stuff, if there's like... I'm looking at the menu, and if there's like 1 pixel or 2 pixels of this dam showing, that's how I know that I've got the quick warp. Sometimes you have to deal with the moblin. I'm just gonna do the rest of this a little bit, since I don't want to swap the screens back. I don't do the flute dash here. Or the mirror dash, I guess. I could never get it to save time, I'm too sloppy. Oh, wait. Oh, my legs are crossed. I save more time, I was just pumping. That's a strat you can do if you want to. I think it saves like 15. $736, maybe 10. But if you mess up, it's the worst day of your life. And the way that I get the switch pull is I'm holding A the entire time once I go up. And once I grab the switch, I press it 3 times. Oops. Whatever. We'll just pretend that we saved all the time. And for this quick warp, I think it's the same thing. 1 or 2 pixels of the dam showing, and I menu to the hammer for it. And there's also a shield cue. Touching this, either touching this black line, or 1 more. Oops, I keep clicking the wrong thing. I want to go back to something. So I notice you're going right down for this menu here. You can actually go right down to the hammer for the next menu too, which is what I do. I prefer rights and downs for my menus. So like right here, you can go right down if you want to. Doesn't matter. I think I like doing. I'm weird like that. Yeah, I don't like. I try to avoid all the up and left menus that I can. Like one that I really struggle with is from the bomb to the mirror after Thieves Town. Getting 3 left inputs or doing like right up left or something is just pretty tough for me. And just for your reference, you can get like a, if you're blazing fast, you can have a 202 entry here. That's a little unfortunate. I want to see that again. How much of that was your fault? I don't think it was any. No, the thing just moved out of your way. It's horse shit. I'm surprised that killed. You must have got him with the tip of the sword. Yeah, that's what hit him. I guess, and not the beam. Because you didn't even think you killed him, because you slashed again. So that was pretty unfortunate. Pretty lucky and also pretty unfortunate. You can, something I learned from Blunt Bunny. I just take the pot with me and I chuck it at this fucking idiot. I don't think it costs. It costs a lot less than what a slash does. Maybe somebody else has different opinions about it, but that's what I do. That was kind of weird. You can touch this thing to make sure you're lined up through this pathway. But the problem is if you rub against it for too long, it does slow you down. I guess you did line up anyway, so maybe I shouldn't criticize, but that was just a weird thing that I saw. Grabbing the wall doesn't work when you split these two guys. There's an extra sprite on screen, so getting rid of the shield doesn't actually do anything. So if you split this guy with your dash, you don't want to grab the wall, I think. You might want to fact check me on that. It was a good grab, though. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention. When you do this screen, you can get a look at what the skeletons are doing on the left side. You can't see the red idiot, unfortunately. Sometimes you can see him honking around up by the moles. And I think you had time to get this dash off. I think you could have gotten like here and did it. Yeah, you had time. Not a big deal, but alright. Swamp Palace, fun and fair game. Did we just get fucked? You did kind of walk into him. You probably wanted to hold down left out of this. I'll go over the screen a little bit. It was still unlucky, but I think it was beatable. If you want to get this bomb pot, you can hammer it. It's pretty good. So I can see the red idiots. So the whole room is probably safe where that guy is. Not if I do that. So there's a weird thing about this room, and the way that if you're slow, you typically don't have to worry about this enemy. This guy here, because I'll extend my dash to the wall and he'll just go over me. So if you have to go slow for some reason, you can ignore the top guy. But if you're going at normal speed, I learned this from Zelda. I do a little right left just to slow myself down. Well, alright, that was unnecessary. Because if you're too fast, he just doesn't target you quickly enough. I guess you could just purposely be slow every time. And then that shit happens and you cry. We'll see how slow that was. Lost that much time, Jesus. I wonder if it's worth it to, like, if you know you're going to get hit for sure, just to slash him, but it's unfortunate. Wait, why are we facing up? What happened? I think we got shook by the arrows. We let go of the D-pad for a frame. It's fine. I think you were fine to dash, like just to go up from the arrow spot and then dash right. Like you didn't have to move back left or whatever. This was pretty lucky that you didn't get destroyed here, so yeah. So you got that arrow drop, so that means you probably want the you want another pot in Swamp, which will put you at 24. Then you kill Vidi, you'll be at 15 or 16. Then you get 15 in GT and be fine. If you want to try to squeeze like a second out of your run, you can try to min-max all your ammo counts, but it's a lot of work in the moment. I usually just try to get to Vidi with like 11, and then I figure it out from there. It was pretty good. Better than my average, I think. I'm not very good at the screen. My fingers are too floppy. And it was good that you hit the switch with the beam. It saves 3 frames. if you wanted to, I don't have any insight on this. And close, yeah, slimy fingers. You can start trying to do the hammer dash here, and then the hammer dash later on. I don't do them, so I don't really have. Not very helpful. That was good. I think he didn't dash turn there, and it didn't actually matter, but yeah, you turn dashed. You know, I would also be holding up for this dash, where there's a risk of bonking. I'd hold up and slide to upright at some point, and you can actually dash quite a bit further, if you wanted to. The best way to tackle this screen is to be fast as you can, and the fastest way to the block is just the cardinal right. You can just go, just directly to it. You don't have to move down any. That's just slower. And the reason it's slower is while the block is pushing, it actually snapped you back up a pixel, because that's how the blocks work. While the block is pushing, that's when you can get your diagonal movement for free for no cost. Yeah, you're pretty sloppy on it, and it still was pretty good. Sometimes that guy hits you and it sucks. If you're not doing the hammer dash, you want to enter the hole as low as possible. And also another thing, is actually a little faster to push this block from as far left as possible. For the same reason you can get your diagonal while the block is moving, because you can't pass it anyway. So I'll show that room a little bit. I just want to see what you do. Oh, we do that hammer dash. Okay. Tricked me. He checks. Bye. If you trust your hands to cross the D-pad fluently, you can beam the switch like that. Oh, please. So cardinal to the block, diagonal when it starts moving. That was pretty good. I don't do the hammer dash because I'm a baby. Wait, did I click the thing? I don't know if you know this, but you do want to nudge this pot on the way left. It gives where you are at in relation to the grid affects your hop height off of these ledges. Okay, you do the good thing there. That was kind of scary. I thought the Stalfos was gonna bowl you over. Alright, that's good. Typically what I look for is if this bubble is emerged when you open the hookshot thing, you'll have to slash it. But I found that that's not always true, but it's mostly true. I think they recede on a frame rule type of thing. Some kind of unpredictable horseshit. Yeah, okay, that was good. Zelda. Oh geez, we almost ate the auto door. I think you were right to cancel. Okay, let's do this again here. I think I do like 5 big diagonals, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's when the statue hits the button for me. There is some risk in, which you might already know, there's some risk in throwing the pot at the jelly with the super speed state. However, you just missed. And you notice that you missed, and then the guy walked into you. This was some horse shit. I guess you either had to be preventative or like use your sword or something. And I think you were correct to cancel that dash there. And then we dashed too far left. And we got lucky that the fire bar didn't come back on us. I think that's lucky. I'm assuming that doesn't happen every time, so that was just like a that was just a collective of mistakes that makes you feel really bad. The Junior Bacon Cheeseburger from Wendy's may be the best burger for the best price. I don't go to Wendy's much anymore, mostly because it's more out of the way than... Like, I like Burger King, and Burger King sucks. But A&W is closer to me, too. That's usually what gets my money. It's for, I want to see something. If I am on, like, this... I want to see if the hotkeys are global. Oh shit, they are. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought I had to be focused on the window to fix it. Wait, what happened there? I missed a press. Okay. I'm not sure what's faster. I usually just dash in this door for ease. It makes me feel better. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close too. I don't have much advice on those screens. Oh, it worked? Well, whatever. You want to move 1 or 2 pixels, but if you get the third frame, the stair lag frame, your dash won't work. Seemed like you might have known what you were doing, so we'll just leave it at that. I pump my dick off and lose time anyway. Well, if you pump against that staircase, you just lose time. The stair railing slows your movement if you diagonal into it. A lot of the time I run into this idiot. I think that might have been avoidable here. I'm not sure. I want to see... Can we see the other guy? I don't think so. No, okay. I guess that was a fine decision. Really helps the stream. Ooh, okay. You were on pace to overshoot it. Okay, I was under the impression you don't go for this strat, and you looked pretty rigid on it, so maybe you don't really. Like, maybe trying to save time. Okay, you can... When Argus is going up like this, once he's this high, like once his shadow's gone or whatever, I look for him to be aligned with these torches. And I press the menu button, and he'll still recede off the screen, and you can save up to 17 frames if you do your menu there. So if you want a menu to the mirror somewhere better, you can do it while he's going up one of these times. You can do it here too. Because if you do it here, you don't save any time. That was fine. You didn't lose that much compared... Wait. I guess we lost 8. Yeah. I don't really recommend the fire rod shot. Like, it's a little bit faster, but the time saved to risk ratio isn't very good. You have to never mess it up for it to be worth it. But yeah, like, menuing to the fire rod when he's here also saves time. Saves up to 17 frames. I could maybe... I don't think I'm a good person to teach the 0 cycle. I don't think my strat's good. Whoops. Yeah, I think I clicked the wrong playlist. Yeah, everybody does it differently. My strat suffers from 2 problems, where the hook is doing a lot of traveling, so it slows me down, and it's laggier. Whatever. Let's just pretend I did it. So we're just gonna raw dog the quick warp, which is fine. I think you got it. You can buffer that start press too. Every start press out of a mirror, you can just buffer it. I don't have any advice for the flute stuff on this screen, but you can, even if you choose to do like nothing, you can wait for the flute to come on screen, and you can move from here to here and save like a couple frames or something. free. Also, you're touching the stairs. You might get stair lag. Well, I guess not if we're facing right. You can clean this up a little bit, but I want to see something specific. If you press Y and B on the same frame, you save 4 frames on the medallion cast. I want to show it. So if you just cast it normally, seizure time. Yoho called it the Peter press. So that's a 3420. Well, why did it save 9 frames that time? What the fuck was different? What? $34.20. Shake for me, overworld. Whatever. Anyway, using the medallion and the sword at the same time speeds up the animation for fun. I think it's pretty free to go for. Okay, I don't... Typically, using a menu to prevent the bonk is not really very good. I'll show you what I do on this screen. Like, pressing the menu is... It's no different than just... Oh, shit. Watch it one more time, baby. Like, pressing start is no different than pressing right. And what I do here is, I'll show you what WQ does. I think it's better. He'll press right and then menu to the fire rod. And what he's trying to do is reduce the amount of time he's like walking just cardinally right. You want to be facing this way so you can get the dash. Woo. What I just cancel my dash right. Bye. Uh-oh, don't shoot me. Yeah, there is. I don't have anything to say about that other than, well, that dash sucks. You probably just want to walk that, but if you're not willing to upgrade to the faster strat, then I don't have anything to say. I'll try to show that a couple times, even though I stink at it. You didn't dash turn there. You're killing me. I couldn't get the menu to be more helpful, but it was something I wanted to experiment with again. You don't need to turn that early. Like, it didn't hurt you here. But if you turned, like, here, you'd nudge and lose nothing, I guess. But if you did it here, you'd lose a frame. You have all of this space before the door to turn right and snap in. So that was a little risky for no benefit. You can try to beat the fireball. You don't really need to do a cardinal down movement here. You did get a... When I grabbed the key, I touched the wall, but it's not a big deal. You can see right when you made contact with the door, you got snapped to it in the same way that I said about in Ice Palace. Which is good. If you get in the stairs here cleanly, that's when you can go for the fireball skip. You don't even, a lot of the time you don't even need to like pump, but you should. Alright, we just frame ruled it that time, it's fine. I don't really go for this. I might reevaluate when I play again. How come I miss it when I pump? I think it's just the nudging. I went up a pixel that time, or like 2. I don't know, the strat stinks. I don't condone it, I'm just saying it exists. Well, the thing about the pumping is you can't lose time there, even if you fuck it up tremendously. Well, that's not true. Even if you do it very poorly, you're still holding left, and you're not going slower. At the very least, you're breaking neutral. Breaking even, going neutral. But there seems to be some variability somewhere that I don't understand. and I just need to pump better. You did diagonal. This is a bastard door. You want to wait until you clear it to 1 pixel. Oh, you did clear it. Never mind. I guess it's only a certain depth within the door. Disregard. Am I on the right thing? Thank God. You didn't dash turn there? Hey, Corey. You can probably start incorporating the spark gamble, I think. Or the... There's another strat with the hook shot that I don't know how it works. And if somebody wants to explain it to me, I can learn in real time. Is it like this? Nope. Where the hell do you hook shot? No, I thought there was a hook shot strat in this room. It was not much slower than Spark Gamble. But I never learned it. I've never seen it before. People just say about it. With that. I'll just give up and pretend that. Was that it? Alright, pretend I didn't say anything. If it ever comes up again. Just pretend I'm dead. Whatever. Spark Gamble. That was weird. You did an anti-pump in the door. You can just hold diagonal. That was a good hook shot. I want to see something. It looked funny. Oh, it's just the stick. The hook shot handle went past the hook. Hook shot jam. Oh, that's a... If you want to, you can purposely dash along the pit so you can cancel with up into up left for safety. But this is another one where You should have been holding forward on your entire dash. And it's more important here than it is in the other places I said. So you just hold. If you cut a little bit early, it's like super okay. And you just hold up left into the chest open. So that's a pretty needless time loss. You didn't. I don't think you dash turn there either. You gonna tighten up those dash turns. If you got a bunch of extra health, you can walk over the spikes and save 3 frames. What I do in this room, personally, is I hold right the whole way to the pot. It might be something that you hate. I don't necessarily recommend it. It's one of those rooms that evolves as your movement gets better. Wow, that strat sucks. I kind of like that. I do it a little bit differently. I'm going to show that. I hold left, cardinal left out of this door. That way I'm facing left like as soon as possible so I can see. And I menu when I'm touching this. And I do right down. Ugh. When you diagonal against any of these nubs, you lose time, and you diagonal really early here. You want to clear it first. So like right here, 1 pixel, 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 1 pixel. You lost a couple frames by diagonaling against this. I think that's fine. The thing that I don't condone is the slashless walking. Spooky. It seems like it has a fail rate that's above 0. I'll just show the faster strat a few times. So you can save like 20 frames in here. Even if you wanted to dash across the room, you'll save like 10 and not get the door dash. Oh, you're good enough to do underneath the torch spooky. That was pretty frightening to watch. I think. And you did like a big sweeping diagonal too. Okay, you do the normal stuff? Okay. That'll save you 10 frames anyway, and it's... The other strat's like just worse and scary, I think. I'm hoping you don't mess this up so I don't have to say anything. You didn't dash turn there, which is like less important there, I think. It's a little weird. You don't have to go so far left and then back right before you spin. Like right here, you can just go up. So you spend like an extra, 6 or 7 frames walking, which doesn't really matter because the boss is on timer. But it does matter because any amount slow that you go, you're still 6 or 7 frames behind here. And had you had a different RNG, you might have gotten a little bit unlucky. This is how I move. The white one's the first movement, the red one's the second, and the yellow one's the third. Oops. Let's pretend that I did it right. I'm trying to do it from the OBS feed and it's terrible. Oh. The goal of all of the movement is to get in the goop before the potential attack. Before, like, that guy moves or whatever. I'll show you what happens when you're slow. See, that guy almost hit me just because I was slow. Let me go even slower. That was scary. That was frightening for me. Now I'm in control. I'm having trouble failing. Anyway, long story short, I see you could tighten this up so it's not so you did some extra walking that long term that can you could tighten this up, I think. Uh-oh. Oh, we're mashing. Well, did we get a blank one, or did it just... Let's see. Yeah, we got a blank. You're a frame too fast. Suck it. Maybe I should get off a screen where the hearts are beeping. I'm gonna be right back. I need a little break. Enjoy whatever this is. I'll be like 5 minutes, maybe. Hack baby. It was a chair stream, but you couldn't see it. Hey, Mighty Mouth. Any spaces? Let's continue. I missed you too. We did get the first frame start press there. Wait, are we? I think we would have had stair lag if we weren't going right. Holy shit, this song's pumping. That was quite frightening. I don't think that was any safer than some other stuff you could do. Oops. I'd probably opt for beaming the crab over trying to outmaneuver it, especially. You don't really want to slash the grass if you can help it, because you might get bush guard fucked. So like doing it early is fine. Oh, I thought I was getting hit for sure. I just wanted to see how early you can lay it and to be sensible. Well, that was kind of slow. I just wanted to see for my own enjoyment. I think you can clean this up. If you do it in the practice hack and you get a sub 3 chest open, that's really good. But it's like worthless, right? No. Ah. I don't know how you got past that. I wouldn't have went for that, I don't think. Something I would suggest is you don't have to wait until you're at the stairs to do the menu. You can do it whenever you think there's danger. If you think it'll help you adjust. Let me out. That would have been a good time to menu. I didn't. Christ. Leave Brittany alone. I think we missed the dash turn there too. Oh, and that's another example of you should be holding forward. Yeah, we got an up and A on the same frame. And right here I'd be holding forward. So I can hold, so I can roll my thumb to right, upright, and avoid things like this. I want to see something. I think you can hook shot quite a bit earlier than what we do. Oh, I guess it's not that much earlier. 3 pixels away from the thing. But the reason I brought that up is you spent some time walking into the edge. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 frames walking into it. So you technically lost like 7 because you can hook shot earlier than that. I have a hard time getting into this door too. I have to consciously think to don't undershoot my cancel because that happens to me every time. Something you can do on this screen. So the ways that we cancel stair drag are either, or stair lag, are either holding perpendicular to the staircase or dashing. So what a lot of players do here is they hold down and they dash turn right. And the reason for that is it keeps you aligned with the staircase, assuming that you dash perfectly. Like the walking distance that you get from holding right is actually a negative thing. Alright, that was safe, other than you don't want to bonk into the guy. Yeah, I think that was just safe. Except it's difficult. And that's probably another scenario where I'd be holding forward to help cancel my dash better instead of just slamming my hand onto the D-pad. And you miss that dash turn. Oh god. Yeah. I don't think there's a reasonable thing to do here. off of the staircase, you can be holding upright. Like right here, you can be holding upright. Oh, perfect. Let's go over that. It's not much slower to walk the screen. Ah, can't switch my grip. So hold down, dash turn. Miss the staircase anyway because you're bad. So from here you can hold upright. In the way that this, you have to be perfectly flush when facing left to get the... When are you getting to my PB? Never. Fuck. Anyway, 1 pixel away doesn't work. Super Smash Bags, yeah. And you looked like you tried to go for this quick warp, but you might need to practice this whole thing as a whole. If you overshoot the quick warp by 1 pixel, or 1 frame rather, you can diagonal 1 frame back towards it. And that's what that menu is good for. To read where Link is in relation to the portal. So I overshot it by 2 frames, which the diagonal won't get me back there. Oh, maybe it would. Three frames of consecutive? Too bad my fucking monkey brain can't do it. I guess it does, so... Being aligned with it's good. 1 frame is good because you can diagonal back, and 3 frames are good. So if you're doing this method of hitting this from the side, I wouldn't even... I want to see what you did again. Something weird happened. A lot of weird things happened, but let's see. Yeah, you probably... Okay. I guess there's not... We're lacking knowledge on how to get the quick warp. You were kind of fucked on it. I would just try to get in the portal and not cancel the dash at that point. Yeah, the game, it's complicated. It's very... I think the knowledge required to be good at it is far greater than the dexterity of the inputs, the mechanical part. That's the wrong menu. You can do down or right or up or left. From the book, you can press right. I want to see something for my own benefit, actually. Okay. Yeah, if you do it on this side, you can diagonal right into the hole. It's got to be this side, though. The movement pattern. Whoops. I still hold the diagonal, but I switch to up at some point. I'm using, like, what I do is, once I'm here, I swap to 2 hands on the D-pad anyway. Oh, right. Oh, I guess these things slow you down, too. These nubs usually don't really interact with them very much. What is this blast beat? Jesus. I wanna... It doesn't seem like it's... Oh, you know what it's doing? I just figured out why these work. It's not that the nubs slow you down. It's that they make you go at your diagonal speed. So like I got a 3 pixel movement there in super speed. And if you do it consecutively, you'll get... Oh, that one didn't count. I wasn't touching it. So 3, 3. Yeah, 3, 3, 2, 2. Alright, that's freaky. I didn't really understand that. It's that the nubs make you move at your diagonal speed, and not necessarily that they slow you down. It does make sense, but I never put that together. Alright, yeah, we're poor on bombs. Hey, twin. Am I on the right thing? Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go over this real quick since it's seems like we're missing it everywhere. It's better to be holding diagonal. Like what I do when I'm here, I'm holding up left this whole way. And I lay the platform. I hold up left to board it. And the diagonal makes it, right there. The diagonal makes the platform take off immediately. And I do the same thing here, but with upright. And that's why a lot of people, I see them they'll get into these fights with this guy, and they'll try to up left to avoid him, and it makes the platform take off. And then they'll tell me that they didn't diagonal. So diagonal. Diagonal. And for this screen, I do it diagonal here too. You can do it here as well too. I use the menu to the fire rod to get my upright cleanly. Without being too early. Hey Meowski, where's your money? Willi's coming back. Yeah, I started this a month ago and then my real life shit happened. I'm trying to get it done for him. I don't think he's coming back immediately, but like sometime in the future for one more BB. I wasn't paying enough attention. I think this is all fine. That was a little weird. Typically I change my grip for this, and I'll use my middle finger for the Y button, and then my index finger for the start button to ensure that I get the pause before the fire rod hits the torch, to not mess up my timing. Can you show us how early is too early for upright? For what? No, I can't. You have to time it yourself. And I don't know. What I'm looking for here is... Alright, you did it perfectly. For the platform to dissect or collide with this line in the white things. And I tried a menu before. Oh, it looked like you got the... You pressed start. During... Yeah, you were mashing it, but you got the... You happened to get it. So it's kind of scary for me. That's fine. You can probably tighten that up a hair. In this room too. I found it weird that you, after the D boost, you move back right some. And that kind of, I guess technically it's better, but you're going to be like a couple of frames higher for this dash down. I think you actually like just frame ruled it a little bit and got lucky. I think you were a hair slow. So you probably want to fix this a little bit. Spend like 10 minutes in there. Yeah, same thing here. Up left for the platform placement. This is the exact scenario where people accidentally press diagonal on the platform and make it take off. So that was pretty unfortunate. It was a little weird that you... From here, you can just be holding diagonal, and you kind of went and kissed the wall for fun. You lost some diagonal movement through here. he didn't snap into the door, but I think it all had to do with dealing with the guy. I'd probably practice this room. You didn't need to do... You did a lot of extra stuff that just made you slower, and the dash isn't really worth it on most of the RNGs. Like, especially that one. Oops. Ding dong, ding dong. Runs over. Oh, you... Okay. I wanted to show the specific RNG. You can hit this one from below and the key goes way up. And I wouldn't ever dash on that one. That might have been... Oh, Jesus. It might have been a bit overly cautious. No, you're right. This is... I would say that your movement was a little squirrely. No, okay, that makes sense. I think I'm being too critical. I think you dealt with it fine. Both sides were kind of risky because... The left is obviously scary, and if this guy goes up here, which he does, it's even worse. Like, you probably could have squeezed it out, but it would have been very frightening. Yeah, you're right. I think that was fine. It was still scary. So we don't need any arrows. Typical base, yeah. I think that's fine. If you don't have any problems with that, I don't really want to go over it. It seemed a little... You probably ended up closer to the switch than what you wanted when you slashed it. Like, you probably meant to slash it there, and you kind of really got in there and touched it. That might have messed you up a little. It was pretty close to being a fail. You might have got him on the last frame of the spin, but it seemed like that was a little frightening. It was all... But if you don't have any problems with it, I don't want to go over it. You don't have to face left to hit this switch. Even if you're touching this wall, if you're facing up, your slash will hit it. So, like, what I mean is, like, you can be over here and hit the switch, and, if you're I think it's 3 pixels away from the wall. No, 2 pixels away. The beam is actually the thing that hits it. So what this would look like for me, I'd cancel my dash with an upright. You spend a little less time walking. I'll try to do it your way just to see the difference. Well, that was pretty fast too. Was that? Wait, was that faster? No, so it saves a couple of frames, which isn't a big deal, but like, you know, nickels and dimes matter. If you save all the nickels and dimes, eventually you get $1. What's the fox thing? Yeah, there's other strats you can do there. I don't know what any of them are. I might... Actually, let me look at that real quick. Maybe that's something that I should be doing. Walk up? Oh, Christ. It's probably good. It's slow. Fox would not put a slow strat on me. No way. I'm gonna throw up. It's about the same. You can do something like that too. I'm not very familiar with the strat, but it does seem like it's mildly faster. I don't know the range at which. It's probably... Okay, you can be very close to the wall. Like 2 pixels away will be enough. I don't know how to do it. I keep touching the wall. Probably something I should be doing. But like maybe not. Maybe I don't care. I'll look at it more in depth when I'm playing again, which should be soon. Oh, easy game, dude. No, the bombs. You wanna... It'll be slightly faster to do a dash and then key dash through the door, I think. Typical base RNG. Alright, that's good enough for the squeeze. What happened here? Yeah, we were kind of slow. I can talk about that screen a little bit. So for this, you only have to move 1 pixel out of the door. But the problem is if you go for a first frame press, that happens and then you hate your life. Ah! Oh, that's kind of cool. You could do something like wait until you're like a little bit further to detonate the block, and that way when it flicks, you can just hold up. You don't have to worry about trying to round the corner. Except I'm going too far. Runs over. Why did I turn? Do you have to go right to beam the switch? Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, beam... Beam strat good, if you have beams. I wasn't paying attention. Beam D's. Hey, Circus. I'm glad you're here. Before you know it, I'll be reviewing your Master Sword BB. It'll take 5 hours. Oh, you wanna... If you don't kill or knock this guy off, or even if you do, you want to extend your dash pretty low and do like cardinal movements. Like you want to walk like the uncle because the eye lasers make a bunch of lag. Okay. I'm assuming you know how to key dash and you're just scared. Please never review that when I'm done. I won't even think about it. You can diagonal into the door. Which room? Yeah. You can diagonal into the door. You'll copy every room for me. Don't blame this on me. Something like that. I'll explain the fast laser skip. What you want to do is you want to move 1 pixel down and then do your dash. That gives you can land on this frame or this frame and dash in. And the way people do that is they either press down and A in the door or they press right and A in the door. It'll move you 1 pixel. Like a fence dash. Oh, Jesus, I suck. I've beams. Oh, Jesus. Just kill me. You don't ever have beams here? Wait, oh. You can actually... There's a little bit of a visual cue for if you got 1 pixel down, like the little brown spots under his speedies will disappear. I didn't get it. Just hit the pixel. Yeah, I didn't get it. Oh, Jesus. I haven't hit that before. It wasn't even on my radar for things that could go wrong. Okay. We just messed up a bit. I'm gonna go over the item dash strat a little bit just because we're here. So there's the traditional way where you place the block downward. Actually, I want to not have my save state right here. And you can, from here, like, you can just rub your face into this and then item dash. Ah! You switch the... Alright. And the other... You can place the block to the left as well. And apparently that's supposed to be good, but I don't really... I don't know. There's a little risk of getting stuck on the actual block, but... Like, if you place it too early, you try to go around it, you're like, oh, fuck my ass, whoa! You have to be careful of diagonal inputs, if you do something like... Yep, like that. Wait, how does this work? Oh, maybe the item dash portion gets rid of the bad thing. Yeah, if you get like a left before the down, then that's your life. I wasn't even moving. Please. Just let me do it. It's for fun. I can't release the button when I grip it like that. Don't have a wide enough stroke zone. That was a little weird. You can just diagonal up to the... You can just rub your face along this. You don't need to face left first. Alright, it looks like we're a little bit nervous, so... I'm not going to be too critical, but I'm going to laugh internally. So we didn't really lose any time, maybe like a second to refill. I'm going to want to talk about a couple of things I saw, which is probably just nerves. On this last hit on this head, I would move down right a little so when you slash, you'll recoil this way to the right. But I think we were just nervous. And you have to be where Trinex is lower. You'll have to be like probably a tile lower to get the double spin. That was fine. You'll see better Turtle Rocks. I was just gonna show the, I'll show the regular fight first. You can shoot, as long as it doesn't connect with his main head, the rod shots will go through his torso. Don't be too fast. I'm gonna show the other strat, the bullshit one. What's going on? I don't necessarily recommend that fight, other than it's more consistent getting the second head. Runs over. Suck it. So there's a... I guess I should show this. I'm gonna show how I catch the crystal. So I walk up, I'm looking at the eyes on the door. I make them align with the black, or like the edge of the screen, I guess. And then I move down for it to be in my eyes after I catch the heart. And the reason for that is that the room is bigger than the camera for some reason, because Zelda. And you'll see that this crystal catch seems like it looks better. And we'll compare it to yours. I want to show you didn't really do the camera manipulation before the heart grab. And you'll see that the crystal has to rise up quite a bit for yours. Like it has to go woo, way up in the sky. And that's just because the room is a little too big for the camera. You can be holding down left here. You don't have to be... You don't have to be cardinal down. Speed coach. A couple things here. First of all, you want to extend this dash until probably like one tile away from this bridge. Like here. And secondly, we missed the dash turn. There's a lot of people that don't do that slope dash. I've been told it only saves 4 frames. This one looked pretty good, but I don't go for it anymore because I hate it. So a couple things here. If you want to cancel the dash, you should be holding for. I would treat this as like a bonk, like you don't want to overshoot it. And what was funny was you got a 1 frame up input before the diagonal, but I was under the impression that you wanted to be at least a pixel away from the castle, but I'm not sure if that's true. Somebody can correct me. People usually cancel that down left. Also, for the sword out stuff, people are typically double pumping while they do this. You don't have to, I guess. And we can dash turn this one. The reason being, if you just hold up and dash turn, it'll give you a better chance to be aligned with this door without nudging. Or more specifically, it won't make it impossible. So you can hold down left here. Cut this dash really late. And I don't do the slope dash, but it's whatever. I didn't cancel my dash, so I have my dick out. But I tried. Link's head is just touching the tower. I believe it, but I'm never going to test it. So yeah, for this one, dash turn, nudge the door anyway. I want to explain some stuff about this. You can be really fast by snapping into the you can do stuff like that, but it's really hard. The same as the key doors we talked about before. I don't really think it's necessarily worth it, but it's just a thing I wanted to point out. I try to get a couple. Or like one, I guess. Oh, maybe I should hit both of the things, right? And for the spike skip, I tried a menu right here. I'm looking at the shadow in conjunction with the stupid little maroon line. I'd like to play Perfect Dark again, but I can't find a system. Like, I don't have an N64 controller that will work on the Mister currently. And that seems to be my biggest thing. I'd like to play that game again. I had a lot of fun with it as a kid, and I'd like to just putter my way through the campaign once more. But it might not hold up as well as I'd like. I think that's good enough. I don't have any. That's a. I have a complaint. This is a key door on a subtile transition, so you wanna clear the door before you diagonal in it. So if you look at your movement pattern. Wait, am I wrong? I am wrong, aren't I? That's not. I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. Wait, no, I can't be wrong. Oh, I see. Okay, I know why. I thought he was still entering the door, and I thought that was his movement pattern while he was walking. But it starts right here. 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, because you're holding diagonal. It's a bastard door. You don't want a diagonal until after you clear it. I think that's fine. I never really looked into that stuff very much, the portal rooms. That was weird. From here, most players would just be holding up and right at the same time. Like, you don't, there's no reason to face right. And you're nudging because of it. Which I guess, yeah, you lost. I think you did lose a frame because of it. Oh, the bombs. We did miss a dash turn here. Uh-oh. Before seeing this, I'm going to say that you probably need to practice it. This is... You probably lost about a second from slow arrows. But at least you're not mashing. I respect that. I don't think mashing is good until, like, once you get up here, it's fine. What you were doing. Because if you mash hard, good enough, it won't, like, Link change directions. That was a little weird. I think the beam is just better here. Maybe you didn't want to do it, but also you didn't dash turn. You have enough room to like keep walking left and dash turn, but if you don't want to, I wouldn't blame you. Okay, uh-oh. I was gonna say it's fine until that happened. You might want to fix your mimics too. Like, I understand you probably don't mess up every time. But if you usually get the dash out of this door, which I think you would have gotten that, but it was spooky. It was scary. Maybe this was like a backup, but you could do some other strat in here. I used to do this shit and I defended it, and I think it's terrible. But I don't know. I don't have any good suggestions other than either blunt mimics or maybe watch what Airy does or something. Okay, it looked like we were gonna go for the redash, but we were scared. It's fine. It's gonna be hard for me to like speculate on every single thing that could happen in these rooms, but I'll try to make it helpful. I think I tend to kill this guy second. Not always. You have to be careful. If he gives you a short movement, you won't be able to slash him the way that you might want to. Oh. Not sure what to say about that, other than it wasn't good. That was fair and easy. Okay, well you didn't, that was weird. You didn't get the downright input before the arrow fire. I thought you had to do that, but maybe I'm just wrong. Alright, that was Gauntlet 2 was like the big disaster there. That was actually fine. I'm gonna go through it a few times and just commentate on things that I see of my own. I want to get the Stalfos thing to happen that I was talking about. I wanted to go up, but do like not a long walk. Sometimes he cuts his walk short, and your slash won't hit him. Oh Jesus, I'm cringe. You can also do the, if you hold left and pump down, you get these pixel ports because of the conveyor. Whew. So greedy, don't do that. I don't think that dash was worth. Ah! So, when the red guy's down in a spot that you can dash through him, it's pretty good to go like that to the door. Oops. Thought that would reach. I'm bad. So for this, I hold down right. For the arrow shot, I don't know if it matters, because I don't really do that strat. I'm not sure if I understand the question. Why is that conveyor thing good if you're holding onto the wall? Are we asking why it's fast, or why does it function that way? Why is it fast? It's faster than walking down the conveyor. Like this is slow, right? Yeah, but you can move like... I would say it's quite a bit faster. Ugh. It's hard to do it from a save state. Definitely faster, but just not when I do it. Ideally, you wouldn't spend a bunch of time holding against the wall. I wonder if you like hover pump if it's better. Seems like it's not as fast. Well, I saved like 16 frames that time, but it looks faster when I do it good. I want to see. It's like a combination of movement pattern and the movement pattern subpixels and the conveyor subpixels working together or against you. Yeah, I can speed this up. We don't need to really go through this. We're almost done anyway. The rest of it's like kind of nonsense. The conveyors move you at half a pixel per frame. That was kind of sketchy. I'll try not to slow it down too much. I'll just show that once. Or like twice or whatever. Instead of me trying to pump against the wall for, for 10 minutes straight. Oh shit. I'll just show what I do. And you can, like, sometimes you can go like this. You can shoot the second guy from the side. Just like that. I haven't practiced it, but I think it's really good. I'm just bad at it. Aerie does it sometimes, or a lot of the time. But a lot of these GT rooms don't really need much explanation. A lot of the ones that aren't hard. I'm really bad at the Lambo 2 fight. Uh-oh, we're nervous and we're all over the floor. Oh, you don't really need to do the bonk. I guess it is comfy, but like... it's just downright slower for no benefit. Big hover incoming. We didn't dash turn. I like that strat a lot. The only thing about that strat is if you do it at the wrong time, it pretty much ruins your run. It has to be the appropriate time to do it. I think you had that. From here, once you hook shot, you just want to hold down left the entire way. And once you clear the block, you can just press dash. Like you can hold down left the whole way, like over here. And as long as you're holding down left and you press dash first, you'll get the door dash. You can get a dash turn there either, but that's less important. Alright, easy double anyway. I would spin this. I would stand probably... I'd stand a little bit below this guy. These two guys are going to fire at the same time. So I would stand about a tile to a tile and half below him with my sword charged. And as they fired, I would back up. And hopefully the spin would hit them both into him. They might not both count, but you get them both in that direction. This is some horse shit too. I'd be playing it up here. I would deboost into him. Try to reflect the first ball back at him. If it's a blue ball, you're in rough shape. And of course it's not because it's a PB. Okay, there we go. That's what I expect. This is the same pattern as the next one. It's just rotated. Same thing, a stupid triangle. I would have deboosted it. I would have either deboosted into him, or I would have played it from up here. Get this ball for sure. And try really hard to get this one. But you might have gotten fucked by the blue ball had you done what I said. So this is easy. This is the fourth phase. Fourth cycle, so it's a guaranteed energy ball, so you can just spin these two. Cycles 1, 4, and 5 don't have blue balls, and anything beyond that if you care, then your run's already dead. It's like 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 12, 13. Don't have blue balls. Was this a 3 blue ball PB? I can't remember. Don't make fun of my 13 cycle. I was too busy giggling. I don't really like how you did that, but if you don't have problems, I might just do again and after this, and then let you go on your appointment. I just want to see if there's anything major. 1? Alright, yeah. There's 1 more, but I didn't count. Oh, jeez. Oh, the bombs. I want to see if we mash the fire rod button. Yeah, well, we double tap it, that's fine. That's like the bad RNG where you think it's going to sync up almost every time and he goes mid to mid and it takes forever. Escape spin! Base pile, yeah. Alright, good. I would've... Yeah, that fucked you up. For this, I'd do what you did. I'd slash left. When I spin him, I'd be way... I would be in here when I release the spin. That way you hit the pit and you regain control early. And then you can hold up and left to get yourself off the pit. And you'll still be facing left for the torchlight. So that's exactly why you missed that one. So we lost 2 seconds on that. And yeah, I think you had a really good dash here. I don't know how you did that. Oh, I lied. You didn't at all. Run! Alright, we don't need to watch the credits. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this too. I'm just gonna talk about Ganon a little bit. If you like don't want to stay for it, if you want to do your thing, that's fine. I just feel inclined to do it. I'll probably go over Aga 2 a little bit too, but you're like free to go, and that way it'll just be in the video. I am recording it, and I'll put it on YouTube. That's 2. That's dismissed. I don't know if I've watched Blunt Bunny's tutorial this decade. Ugh. Yeah, hopefully you can get another PB. We'll see you later, Willie. The problem with deboosting is that I do it too much. For a lack of skill. I wouldn't do it here. The blue ball, or the deboost, is to avoid... If you're in a situation where if you were to slash and the energy ball is good and the blue ball destroys your run, you have to be able to avoid the consequences of the blue ball. So while you're in iframes, if you slash, the blue ball disperses, it doesn't hit you because you're already in iframes, and you can still navigate the rest of the phase properly. Are you giggling about blue balls? I'll try to get into situations where I'll deboost. Ah, cringe. Just don't get any blue balls. What are the consequences of blue balls? Horny man rage? I got a deboost here, I think. No, I don't. I can play it from the... like that, except they ruined it. That one was to give me more room to swing my sword. This one's for positioning. Ugh. I didn't mean to hit him that diagonally. Yeah, the bottom of the screen ones, I should have deboosted there too, actually. I was reading. The bottom of the screen, I could have done it from above him as well. But I wanted to get him off the wall, kind of thing. Same thing here, I just want him away from me. So if there wasn't a blue ball there, I could hit both of the energy balls easily. Also, I don't like when people innately just point their sword away from him every time for the spin. I don't think that's particularly good. If you get in a situation where you have to spam your sword after the spin, you might not be able to rotate your link. Oh, jeez. I'm bad. I was spamming my sword to the music. Let me try a little bit harder, and then I'll go on again and... should have checked the time on that one. That was a good fight. That was... oh, jeez. No way. I didn't believe at all. Great. I didn't expect that to work. I wanted to, oh, I can't get him off screen. Want to make more bats, baby? Yeah, I'll just explain the mistake that happened in the Ganon fight, I think. Yeah, I forget to do that. I think about it, and then I'm like, ah, oh, I'm over here slashing my sword. Sometimes it doesn't matter, though. Depending... I don't know what dictates the lag that's incurred by them. I think it's just how diagonally the clones are moving, and maybe the ball is dispersing. Giggity. So this is the situation in Willi's PB. No, it's not. Shouldn't have made a save state. Oh, this is it after this. This is how I would have handled it. I would spin way in there. When the spin's finishing, I'm holding up left to regain control. Once I have control, I'll slash my sword to prevent myself from going up, and also you want your sword out. Whoops. Getting the pit is really good for retaining control. I want to get one more. He goes to the middle. Also, something worth noting. The further away you are from the torch, the more time it has, like... You have time... I'm moving up before the torch is even lit. Except, I'm trying to select buffer it and it's impossible. I did the same thing. Alright, let's get rid of this. I think I've probably had enough. I'm gonna cut the recording here. And then I'm probably just gonna be done the stream.